Welcome, guys. It's another episode of the Neutral Corner. It's Danny Glover, and I'm joined by my special guest today, Eddie. How's it going, man?
Not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, man, all good. It's mad baking outside. Great day.
Yeah, listen. Let's not complain too much. We don't get this sort of heat all the time, so it's nice to see that people in a better mood with the sunshine. So
Exactly.
let's just enjoy what we can.
Feeling like back home.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. So what we're going to talk about, going to get into a few subjects mainly to do with next week. The big fight coming up. By the time this comes out, it'll be fight week with Anthony Joshua Usyk. But first of all, we want to talk about how you got involved in boxing and what your involvement is currently within the boxing industry for those who might not be familiar with you. So, yeah.
Thank you for the question. I've been in the boxing industry for at least 10 years now. Boxed at Finchley, and never got to be a professional at the amateur, but got to spar with known heavyweights and cruiserweights and all sorts of people. And then from then I went to Finchley, which I learned a lot in Finchley with a lot of trainers there. And I basically just teaching kids at the moment, young kids from the age of 6 to 16. And we do a class every Saturday. So I just help out there. But, I'm not a professional boxer, but obviously, as you know me personally, and I got so much love and passion for the sport.
Yeah.
And, now and then I will get in the ring a bit of sparring, but I leave it to the professionals.
Yeah. But I've seen you've got experience and knowledge of the sport. Yes. I see you even do personal training as well.
Yes, I do.
Other clients and stuff like
that.
And I can vouch because I've been in the ring with him myself, and he knows what he's doing.
And let me tell you, these lefties, they're very complicated.
Yeah. So, so you've been involved with Finchley ABC, as we know. Their most famous projects to come out of that gymnasium would be the likes of Derek Chisora and Anthony Joshua. Even Joe Smythe was a great amateur. His dad was one of the trainers there. And what's the current main trainer, the one who trained AJ, the older guy?
Sean.
Yeah, Sean. Yeah. Sean. So those kind of guys there. Yeah. So I've seen. How did you get to know? Because I see you're quite involved with Anthony Joshua. I've seen you travel with him to Nigeria, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
We went to Riyadh.
Yeah, so Riyadh.
When you beat second time, the rematch for Andy Ruiz. Like I said, I've been in the boxing industry for quite a while, and obviously I had the opportunity to train in Finchley, and then from Finchley, obviously networked with a lot of people there, with his cousin, Ben goes his security guard, bodyguard, and from then obviously I was a friend of his cousin as well, Dayo. So it all connected together. And then based on that, I had the opportunity to go when he had a first fight with Andy Ruiz in New York. I didn't get to go to the New York one, but when he came back, he was going to go to Nigeria, and Benga, his cousin, who actually was a professional fighter before, I don't know, couldn't go. And so they gave me the opportunity to go, and obviously I took it without hesitating. And obviously, as an African myself, it was beautiful going back home, and I think that done a lot of good for me and AJ and all the family that went there.
So, what was the experience like out there? Because it looked quite wild, in a positive way. It seemed the African community in Nigeria embraced him very well. I saw you there as well. You were soaking it up. What was the experience like? What type of things did you guys get up to?
The experience was a really wonderful experience, and one of the best experience that we had there was actually being the poorest part of Lagos, which was Makoko, which wasn't orchestrated. We just went to visit the school there, and the plan was just to visit the school there and then go back to the hotel. But AJ wanted to see the community. He wanted to be around the community. And if I keep it real, I posed on that. I thought, you know what, this where we are is a bit dangerous, and I don't think we should go where he wants to go. And it's funny because the security that was with us, the police, and we had police with us and our security, they were telling me, like, they're like, please, I beg, tell your brother, that one, yeah, it's a bit dangerous down there, I beg. So if you got people there, if your police are telling me not to go there, it is raised a lot of concern if we do go there. But he wanted to go there, and we went there, and they welcomed us really nicely, and they made us feel part of the family, and it was one of the best experience really being there amongst the poor people, amongst the real people, because it's nice going to a country and staying at a nice hotel and nice resort and just having a nice time, but you're not really experiencing the country if you're just going to these places. But to actually go to the poorest part of Nigeria, you know, which was risky, but we got through, and you know, it was really good.
Yeah, because as you said, there's one thing, you know, for even tourists who come here, it's one thing saying, "Oh, I've been to England. All you're doing is spending your time in London Bridge and the West End and seeing Big Ben and London Eye." But if you're not going into the deep rural areas and mixing with the actual, you know, the general consensus, the general public, then you won't get the real feel for it. And funny enough, even though yes, there is dangers to it, you tend to find in the poorest parts that these people embrace you more because they're so surprised that you'll come and show them love, that it gives them hope that if they can see you in the flesh, then they think, wow, you thought of us. There's hope for me to come out, and it can bring opportunities, even awareness to the area, and it can help businesses just advertising on a great scale.
Of course. I mean, for him going there, it definitely gave, it made a lot of people in Nigeria, especially young ones, very happy, and gave them a bit of inspiration and motivation to do, to be like him and things like that, because he has to understand he's world champion. You know, he's not just a champion of England, he's world champion, so he's global, and he needs to understand that because he will be champion again, as I predict. But it was good to go there, and you know, to be amongst, to see the reality of life in other countries, in our homeland, Africa, the motherland, to see the reality, to see how people are living, and it makes you appreciate the little things that we have here. You know what I mean? So it was a good experience to see that, because many of us take where we are for granted. And I'm not saying that Africa is just, you know, poor and there's nothing to do and everyone's poor, because there's people that are very rich and very successful in Africa, as we know. But the reality is that there is very, very poor people, and to see that was a good experience for all of us, and something that we'll keep for the rest of our lives and tell our children and things like that.
Yeah. So you yourself, you're from Congo?
Yeah, I'm from Congo, who used to be former Zaire, Rumble in the Jungle, Muhammad Ali. I have to say that in Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. Kinshasa.
Yeah, Kinshasa.
You know, we all know the Rumble in the Jungle is what really made boxing what it is today. I think after that fight, boxing expanded.
Yeah.
Because I think it was a good thing for Muhammad Ali, George Foreman to go back to their own homeland, the land of their ancestors, to box there at that time. And Zaire at that time was one of the richest African countries at that time. And we had Mobutu, who was probably one of the richest presidents in Africa at that time. You know, he was very powerful, and he was able to fund this fight and Don King. So they made a lot of money out of that.
But there was also a great story behind that, because, you know, Don King's got into himself in a bit of bother with Daniel Dubois. You know, he's known as a man who likes to try and not pay fighters, allegedly. And Mobutu had a run-in with him where he needed, Don King needed to cough up money, and and your guy, Uncle Mobutu, had to stick it on him and get that cash.
You know what, Daddy? Like, Dubois and Mobutu are two different people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're dealing with Mobutu. Mobutu was he was the most feared president in Africa at that time, and you don't want to mess with him, because you're not going to leave Zaire alive.
You're not going to leave his
you
compound.
Can't. I mean, this is different levels. I mean, Mobutu was different levels. So Don King just knew not to mess around, you know, with Mobutu. He just wanted to come back to the US alive. So he had to cooperate with Mobutu. So it's different. It's a different scenario. It's totally different. But
no, that's beautiful, man.
yeah, man.
And then also you spent time in, you said in Riyadh for the Andy. So what was the build up like, and the whole experience like in Saudi Arabia?
It's always nice to travel. It's always nice to travel, and I'm always thankful for AJ and his team to allow me to travel with them to go to these places. It was a good experience. At that time, from what I saw, AJ was very confident in winning the fight. He was in a good, he had a good energy. I remember he had good energy, and he was just very, very confident about winning the fight, because I think with that fight, he knew deep down that he could have beaten Ruiz, and it's just one of those things that happen. A bad day at the office, but he knew that when he was going to come back, he'll beat Ruiz, because from what I can say, I remember speaking to him and I was saying, Ruiz is a wonderful fighter. He can fight. I'm not taking any credit away from Ruiz, but he's a one-dimensional fighter. Yeah. And AJ is a four-dimensional fighter. So when I weighed the statistics, I realized that, yeah, you definitely can beat him the second time. And he knew that. And he done that. But it was a really good experience. Saudi Arabia, looks like it's going to happen again in Saudi Arabia. So we'll see how it goes this time.
Yeah, because most people in the UK haven't actually been to Saudi Arabia. That's a place where they're trying to expand their tourism. So it's a very good experience. So that's why I was trying to find an insight, because I don't actually know.
Yeah, I mean, Saudi Arabia is really, the people there are very lovely. It's a very developed country. It's like Dubai. I mean, it's very developed, very clean. Everyone was nice. It's a beautiful country. Obviously, that was in Riyadh. I haven't been to Jeddah, which there's a 95% chance I'll be going for the fight. And I don't know how Jeddah is, but I'm assuming it's probably similar to Riyadh.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When you get back, you can tell me all about it.
Definitely.
But yeah, so let's get into the nuts and bolts. The first fight we're leading up to the Usyk Joshua 2 now. The first fight, Alexander Usyk won on points. Where do you think it went wrong? What things do you think he did well? What do you think Usyk? Yeah. What was your assessment on the fight overall?
I just think that he was definitely there for 12 rounds. You could see that he was fit for 12 rounds, and that was we didn't underestimate Usyk at all. I just think it's one of those things, a bad day in the office. I think that when I looked at the fight the other day, I looked at it properly, and it's just that he just didn't do, he could have done a little bit more. He had to do just step up the pace a little bit more, because it was close to much where I looked at it. Because remember, when you are fighting the champion, you got to do a bit more to, so yeah. Based on him being a champion, Usyk just done a little bit more to win the fight. And obviously, we're not taking any credit from Usyk. Usyk is unified cruiserweight, Olympic champion. I mean, a lot of people are just like, he lost and this and that. But it's just that no one knows about Usyk. He's not like a superstar. People that you're knowledgeable, you know about boxing, I know about boxing. So we knew that Usyk would be a dangerous fight. And
but the casuals, you mean,
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. It's just that he just needs to do a little bit more, and he could have won that fight if he just done a bit more.
Yeah, because the rounds, it was, yes, I would say Usyk won unanimously, but the rounds, there was, as you said, if he was doing a bit more in certain rounds and actually following up on the success he did have, then it could have been a different result. But as you said, also a lot of people, they take credit away from Anthony Joshua, saying, "Oh, he lost to a small man, former cruiserweight." But as we've seen in the annals of history, there's been many a cruiserweights who've become world champion. When someone like Evander Holyfield beat somebody, no one says, "Oh, you got beat by the small man, you got beat by the former cruiserweight." But when Usyk does it, it seems like, "Oh, you got beat." So it doesn't seem people give Anthony Joshua a fair shake. This is a man, Alexander Usyk, who's a former Olympic champion. He's beaten, he won the Super Series, beat Marius Bradis, Dorticus, beat Michael Hunter.
Yeah, Michael Hunter.
Yeah, Chaz Witherspoon, okay. Derek Chisora.
Yeah.
Who's just beat Pulev, who's, War Chisora. And beat Tony Bellew, knocked him out flat, which no one's done before. And Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
So, this is a man who's very well decorated. He's beaten the likes of Artur Beterbiev in the amateurs as well. Yeah. You can see his resume is just ridiculous.
Joyce, let's not forget Joyce.
Joe Joyce, the juggernaut. Yeah, Joyce spanked him around.
Come on.
So, what's the big shock? Like, oh my God, how dare you lose to a man like that? Why do you think the perception is like that?
It's because obviously you have to understand that Anthony Joshua is a superstar in the UK, and there's a lot of expectation from him, but people don't understand that he's learning on the job. And I'm not trying to make any excuses for him, but just like you mentioned, Usyk is, a proper boxer. He's not just anybody. He's a champion. It's not that he's never lost.
Yeah.
So, just like you said, Holyfield, was a unified cruiserweight, and he came back to beat majority of these heavyweights, big guys, bigger guys than Joshua. He fought George Foreman. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He fought Riddick Bowe.
Beat Riddick Bowe as well.
He beat Riddick Bowe. Even dropped him in the third fight they had, but obviously Riddick Bowe won. So, it's it's nothing new. It's just that people that...
Mike Tyson.
He beat Mike Tyson. And that fight, when he fought Mike Tyson, the only reason that they gave him that fight, or they gave Tyson that fight, because they thought that he was on his way to, he was deteriorating, and they're like, all right, let's get Holyfield out of the way, and then they end up backfiring. So, it's people that don't know about boxing that would say that, like he lost and he's no good and all of that. But, Usyk, and we all know that lefties like you, I've been in a ring with you, and lefties, doesn't matter how good you are, lefties are very difficult, especially if you're, people that don't know about boxing, basically, you've got the orthodox and the southpaw. The southpaws, they jab with their right, and then their backhand's the left. So it's very difficult when you're an orthodox fighter fighting someone that's a southpaw, especially someone like Usyk.
Mm-hmm.
It's very difficult. It's not easy at all.
Yeah, preparation would be difficult as well.
People need to understand, styles makes fights. Usyk's style and AJ's style. People are used to seeing AJ just going in there and getting rid of their opponents, not knowing that you can't do that with everyone. And you've got good boxers, like experienced boxers like Usyk, that knows what he's doing. And I'm not making no excuses for AJ. The better man won that night, and we're just looking forward to the second fight.
Yeah. And just as we was touching on Evander Holyfield, when you actually check Mike Tyson's career, every loss Mike Tyson had, there was always an excuse. Buster Douglas, he was there grinding out all the Japanese girls, and he didn't really train for the fight. Lennox Lewis, Tyson was over the hill by then. Danny Williams, we know he was shot by then. Kevin McBride, we don't even count.
Yeah.
But there is no real excuse. There is no excuse I get when you're talking about the Evander Holyfield loss. You can't give a reason for it, because Holyfield was the guy who was meant to be on the way out. Mike Tyson was, he was champion. He just mashed up Bruno for the second time, knocked out Bruce Seldon the night of Tupac's death.
Mm-hmm.
He was on a rampage. So when Holyfield stopped, there's no excuse for that. So Holyfield has the only real, proper, legitimate win with no excuses, and that's a cruiserweight. And Mike Tyson, your great Mike Tyson, lost to him. So if the great Mike Tyson can lose to a former cruiserweight,
then anyone can. And like I said, Holyfield, it's one of my favorite boxers. Holyfield was an all-round boxer, an amazing boxer. And funny enough, I watched the fight with Tyson and Holyfield last night. I watched the first fight, and I watched the second fight. And Tyson just can't beat Holyfield. He just can't beat him. Even if they had a third fight or fourth, he just can't beat Holyfield, because Holyfield had his numbers.
Yeah.
Holyfield studied Mike Tyson for years. It wasn't, Holyfield didn't go in there, thinking, let's see how it goes. He studied Mike Tyson. He was obsessed with Tyson. He was almost jealous of Tyson. Yeah. He just wanted, do you like how people just talk about Tyson? Even when he was champion, people will still talk about Tyson.
Yeah.
So he was studying for years, like, and he watched his movements. He knew every movements that Mike Tyson did, like if Mike Tyson was going to the left, to the right, and he knew. So when he fought Tyson, he was very, very mentally prepared for this fight.
Mm.
And Tyson done well. Even in the first fight, he done very well. Just, obviously, yeah, there was butts. There was headbutts, and we all know that Holyfield uses his head a lot. But what happens is that they're both low fighters,
Yeah.
so they collide. Do you know what I mean? So I think it wasn't intentionally, but I think it's just the way they fight. And Holyfield's quite of a low fighter, so they collide, and then obviously headbutts. But it's a fight.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. I mean, you can't complain about it. It happens. Tyson was a very dirty fighter. He used his elbows, he used all sorts of things.
Forearms, yeah.
Forearms. So it is a fight at the end of the day, and it was a great fight between them, and Holyfield just had his number.
Yeah. So back to the you've been in training camps with Anthony Joshua on quite a few fights. Have you been in any part of the camp for this?
I haven't been on part of the camp for this one, but obviously I've got obviously I know what he's doing and things like that. I've got inside, and I've been told what he's doing, and he's from what I'm seeing, he's very, very confident for this fight.
Yeah.
And very focused. I think I've never seen him this focused. Someone tell me before.
Yeah. So going with the camps you have been in, how was the general feeling, in the camps? How, what was the training like? Because you would have been training alongside him with, Big Shane and stuff like that, and Freezy and guys like that. So what was the training? What was the training like? What was the usual sort of routine?
Well, I go and training there myself. When I go finish, I train, and I kind of concentrate on my training or my sparring or whatever. But I've had the chance to see him work, and he's a workaholic. Like, this guy can train, and he's very focused on his technique, accuracy, everything. Like sparring, he knows exactly what he's doing. Seen him bashed up bigger guys than he is, taller guys than he is. I wouldn't want to get in a ring with him. But he trains hard. Honestly, he trains very hard, very focused, and technique. That's one thing I learned from his technique. He's very precise and very obsessed with getting the punches accurately, and this and that. And he's got mad power.
Oh yeah,
he's got crazy power. So
I've never personally seen him train, but from the clips and videos I see, as what you was alluding to, is I notice he's very diligent on drills. So you'll see him on the bag doing the same shot multiple times, or the same combination multiple times. As you said, very focused on technique, and so he'll use drills to perfect the drills he's doing. Like even I see for this upcoming fight, I saw a clip the other day where I noticed he's very focused on using combinations that will lead to the body shots. So that's a good thing.
Don't be surprised with body shots in this one. The second fight, I don't know. I had a dream that I saw some body shots and Usyk went down. But anyway, that's a dream. That's a dream. But just like you just said, like, yes, he does. He does. And one thing he did tell me, and I remember discussing last year at Finchley. He told me, like, the way he trains like a fighter. A lot of people that go in training, they go in there like, it's good to run and do all these exercises and then, run up the hill and all
strength and conditioning.
And strength and, but he says you've got to train like a fighter. So by training like a fighter, you've got to do things that resemble fighting. Because fighting is a lot of movements. Because there's someone that can run from here to wherever, to probably London Bridge. But you put them in a ring, they won't be able to last. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, different.
So it's different. So his philosophy is train like a fighter. Do things like a fighter. So if you look at more of his training, it's very explosive workouts.
Yeah.
Because you've got to get used to doing these explosive workouts and recover from it and continue to do it. So instead of him like running, like, I'm not saying that he doesn't run, but he will probably do like more interval speed and certain things that will imitate him fighting. Because in fighting, as you know, there's a lot of movements, and when you throw a lot of punches, you got to recover from throwing a lot of punches. Because everyone can throw punches. It's the recovery part.
Yeah, as we saw in the Vladimir Klitschko fight, his
Yes.
recovery was not very
Yeah, yeah.
good.
His recovery wasn't the best, but he basically went for it. He went for the kill, and Klitschko recovered, and yeah, and that's what happened really. But
Yeah.
I think luckily he recovered later on, and I don't know where he got the energy from this 11th round, and he just started going in and
Yeah.
just got rid of Klitschko, which was amazing. That was an amazing fight.
Yeah, and it seems that he's improved on his recovery and his engine since the first Ruiz fight because his
Yeah.
gas tank just
Yeah, yeah.
just left him in New York. I don't know what was going
Yeah,
on there.
yeah. Just like I said, I think he learned it himself. Just like he said to me, you got to train like a fighter. So you got to do things like fighting because, you know, if it's a circuit, if it's jumping, just you know what to do. You know
Yeah,
the things that you got.
plyometrics and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So instead of doing like, you know, you can in the gym you could do half an hour of intense workout instead of doing two. 'Cause some people can be there for 2 hours and do nonsense, but you can do that. You know what I mean? You can. Yeah,
hobnobbing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I remember Emmanuel Stewart, the late Emmanuel Stewart, he used to, when he was training Klitschko, he realized Klitschko was doing a lot of workouts and this and that. And he's like, Emmanuel's like, listen, you're a boxer, you're a fighter. I want to see more sparring. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather you do more sparring and more train like a fighter and doing all this, you know, Olympic workouts. I don't know.
Fitness first work.
Fitness first workout. Listen. I joined fitness. I don't want to come fitness first.
No, but this is fighting.
This is fighting. So you got to train like a fighter. So you can't train to just look good. So I think that's what it is. So I think AJ is understanding that, and he explained that to me, and I understood that, and I'm like, oh, it makes sense. So you know, do things even if you're in a bag, and just like I say, if you're just constantly punching the bag, like you know, maybe a minute of explosive punches, and then no 30 seconds of explosive punches, and then a minute of just punching and jabbing and this and that, then 30 seconds, and so then you have that muscle memory. So when you're in a ring, it will be your body be like, oh, I'm used to that sort of pace.
Yeah.
So that's what he's learning. You know, he's learning every day.
Yeah. So also we've seen there's a change in the training team. He's left Robert McCracken. He's now with Robert Garcia, former world champion himself. How do you think that combination will gel? Do you think also, yeah, what do you think of that employment of Robert Garcia as his new trainer?
I think it's a brilliant strategy. I mean, Robert McCracken, brilliant trainer. He's actually, if AJ is where he's at, we have to thank him. You know, he brought from the GB teams, and he took AJ as far as he can, and let's take no credit from Robert McCracken. Brilliant trainer. You know, if it wasn't for Robert McCracken, AJ probably won't be at the level he's at right now. So I don't want people to downgrade Robert McCracken,
Yeah, and denigrate him. Yeah,
to talk too much bad about him because he's done a brilliant job for my liking. But just like in life, and even in university, even studying, you go from one level to another level, and then when you get to another level, there's another teacher that teaches you, and then you get to that, then another. So in life, we're always learning. So what AJ is doing is nothing new. You know, just like let me break it down. Good example. Lennox Lewis, when he first started, he was with this guy called Pepe. Is it Pepe?
Yeah.
Pepe, yeah. Pepe was very good for Lennox Lewis at that time, and trained Lennox Lewis, and basically, you know, brought Lennox Lewis to being world champion and done the best he could. Lennox Lewis lost to Lovren McCall, second round knockout. He realized that there's something missing. He needed something. So Emmanuel Stewart came and basically became his new trainer, and he saw a difference in Lennox Lewis. He became more stable, more balanced, more strong. He attacked more. So you can see the difference between Lennox Lewis before Emmanuel Stewart and Lennox Lewis with Emmanuel Stewart. There's a huge difference. So, you know, Lennox Lewis was always a good boxer. You know, he had all the tools, but he just needed someone to just bring out something out of him. And I think what's his name, Garcia, is bringing that aggression out of AJ. That's in him already.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's a brilliant strategy, and I think it'll work for him.
Yeah, and there's been many a boxer who's changed trainer over the year to improve. Also talking about Vladimir Klitschko, he didn't start off with Emmanuel Stewart. I'm not sure. It must have been, I don't know, I can't even say if it was an Eastern European trainer, but he moved to Emmanuel Stewart for the same similar reasons as Lennox Lewis. and even Vitali did work with Emmanuel Stewart as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
And even when you talk about the great Floyd Mayweather,
Mhm.
yes, he started with his dad,
Yeah,
but then he moved to his uncle,
yeah.
and his uncle was training him, making him more aggressive and stuff. But then as he got older, he started getting hit a bit too much, and then he realized I need to get back more to the
defense.
defensive side of things.
Yeah.
And then he brought his dad back in.
Yeah.
So it just shows you that you need to adapt with the times. So.
Yeah, you get. I mean, how many boxing gyms you've gone to?
Yeah, quite a
You know what I
few.
mean? Like we've all gone to a few. I mean, even I started up in Islington, and then after Islington, I realized that they taught me what they can teach me, and I need to step up my game. And then I went to Finchley. Then I knew what the real deal was, and I'm like, okay, this is serious now. You're in there with proper heavyweights that know what they're doing. So I learned from that. I learned from Sean, that's there, who's the manager, and I learned from Uncle Foley, who's one of, I don't know if you know Uncle Foley, you've probably seen him on my
I've
Instagram,
seen him in
yeah.
yeah.
And I've learned a lot from him and other people there. And obviously, let's not forget all the boxers that are there. Sometimes Coley goes there and the age, and I learned from all boxers, even Benga, who's his cousin, who was a professional boxer. But didn't get beaten. I think he just had an injury in his eye, so he had to stop. But he was good.
Yeah, I heard he was.
Very
better than.
Yeah, he's very good. He's
AJ,
he's a very good boxer. I've had the opportunity to dance around a little bit with him in the ring. Got bashed up a few times, but
that's boxing. That's boxing. If you ain't got ruck up in the ring at some point, then you weren't really boxing. You was just messing, having a mess around, or you was handpicking, cherry picking, sparring partners.
No, you need to get bashed up. That's the only way you're gonna learn. And I learned from Kim. I learned a lot. So the next time I got in the ring, I'm like, you're not gonna get me this time, not the last time like you done. But you learn. And that's what boxing's about. So AJ, once he wins this fight, he might change another. Do you know what I mean? Tyson Fury done it. Look how much time, Tyson Fury was with
Well, he's with his uncle first.
No, I saw it was Clifton. Is it Clifton?
Clifton Mitchell.
Yeah, I saw he was with him.
Yeah.
Clifton Mitchell.
Yeah. Big up man like Clifton Mitchell. Straight from Clarendon as well.
Come on. Yeah. So he was with him, then he was with his uncle, then he was, a lot of people. Then
Peter Fury.
Then he was with that, what's that other guy's name? I forgot his name, who was with him when the first Deontay Wilder fight. What's his name? Oh, my goodness.
No, it weren't Sugar Hill.
No, what's his name?
Oh, what's his name?
What's his name? I can't believe I forgot his name.
It's the guy. The brother.
Oh my
God.
You know what I'm talking about, though,
yeah, the one they call the PE teacher.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
The one who looks like Chris Jericho.
There you go. Jericho. proper, innit? That's his twin right there, like, I'm telling you.
Ben Davison.
Yeah, that's it, Ben Davison.
Oh,
and Ben Davison was a brilliant trainer, and he done what he could to get Tyson Fury back in shape and got him to be able to move and box the way he used to. But then Tyson Fury realized that, he needs something else. He needs something else. So that's why he went to the
Kronk.
To Kronks to learn that style where Emmanuel Stewart taught all these fighters to become more aggressive.
Yeah.
And then you saw a different Tyson Fury. Do you get me? You didn't see this too much feinting and all of that. And he actually went in there and he went and basically beat the crap out of Deontay Wilder the second fight, let's be honest.
Yeah, that was there.
It was really beaten. But then the third fight was a good fight, but you could see a difference in Tyson Fury with being Sugar Hill. So it happens. There's nothing wrong with that. I just think that Robert McCracken done what he could do with him, with AJ, and he's made a wonderful job out of AJ. So now we're going to see what Garcia can do.
Yeah, and also with Anthony Joshua's been very successful in boxing. He's got his own management company in 258. He's got a big team. You see in pictures after fights, win, lose or draw, which is very good and supportive. But do you think that is actually now beneficial that he's gone with someone like Robert Garcia, who is more enclosed, where sometimes, familiarity with too much familiar faces who sometimes can suffer from osmosis where they don't realize they're doing it, but can turn into, unfortunately, I don't like to say the word, but a bit of yes men, telling you cheerleaders, telling you you're doing well in training, you know, you didn't really beat your times on the track, but you'll say, yeah, man, you done well in that sprint, champ, even though you're slow or you didn't have a good spark, but they'll tell you you're doing great in sparring. Do you think that it's good that someone who's not really too familiar with AJ in Robert Garcia is a better fit now, where someone like Robert McCracken, he probably sees him like a little nephew or son to a degree, so you're not really going to tell him what he needs to hear in training or in the corner, which does tend to happen with other fighters as well.
Yeah, I know where you're getting at, and I think is when obviously a lot of people. I mean, everyone heard how he was in a fight with Usyk, and the corner was telling that he was doing good and brilliant. Just keep the boxing and things like that. Well, like I said, I'm not a trainer. It's not I can't I can't criticize Robert McCracken too much because I'm not in this level. I'm not in any shape or form or any stage of being able to do that, because obviously he's an experienced cornerman and experienced coach. And like I said, I respect Robert McCracken a lot. Met him a few times and a lovely guy to talk to. But I do agree with what you say, and I do agree that with Garcia, at least with Garcia, I think he's a bit raw, which is good. And I think he's not there to just be nice and tell him the nice things he wants to hear. He's there to bring the fight out of him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think sometimes you need that. You need that because coaches, people don't understand, coaches are like our father. They need to be our friend, father, everything, psychologist, everything, all in one.
Therapist, yeah.
They've got to be, because you trust your coach, you trust your corner. They're the one they see things that you don't see. So you got to be. And I always, for me, Emmanuel Stewart, man, he was. I think I remember. I think I was talking to you the other day about it when Lennox Lewis fought Tyson, and it's just I was really watching the corner. It was amazing because like the first round, Lennox Lewis Tyson went for it. You know how Tyson starts, and then Lennox Lewis tried to go for it as well, and he basically, Tyson got the better of him in the first round because he was fighting Tyson's fight. Yeah, he was trying to be aggressive. It wasn't working out for him. So he went back to the corner, and obviously adrenaline and everything happened. So Emmanuel Stewart calmed him down, said, listen, just relax. He looks really bad out here. Don't fight the fight he wants you to fight. Start using your jab now and start boxing your fight, yeah?
Yeah.
Just start boxing, relax, yeah? So then Lennox Lewis in the second round got his jab in, started, jabbing, and, he won the round and he'll start picking his shots and that. Then the second round, then Emmanuel Stewart said, now, the jab's pumping now, the jab's pumping. So that's all psychologically motivating him now. You can see that it's working now.
Mm-hmm.
So just carry on the jab. And then I think one of the rounds, I don't know, the third round, now he hurt Tyson. Then he hurt Tyson, but he was playing around too much. So Emmanuel Stewart started telling him off. Like, get rid of this, I'm not going to say the swear word here. But get rid of him. Get rid of him. You're going to get crazy. You're going to get caught with this crazy business and, he's dangerous. Like, you're there playing around, jabbing him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. So you can see the difference. From the first round, he calmed him down. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then slowly. Then when he saw that, okay, now Tyson's ready to be, he's cooked.
Yeah.
He's ready to be eaten. Yeah. And you're playing around with your food. So see the difference now? So Emmanuel Stewart was telling him, listen, get rid of him.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get rid of him, he'll get rid of you. He's finished. He wants to quit.
Yeah.
And you're there just jabbing and playing. Because, Lennox Lewis is a very calculated fighter.
Yeah.
So sometimes he annoys Emmanuel Stewart because Emmanuel Stewart, let the hands go. Let it go, champ.
Yeah.
And but you can see the difference. This is what I mean about coaches. You have to know how to talk to your fighter. There's got to be an intimacy between you and your fighter. You need to know your fighter. You need to know when your fighter's hurt, worried, or whatever. You need to know what to say and what to do.
To activate him.
To activate him. And that's the way I look at coaches. So I think AJ's had a lot of time with Garcia. So they've had a lot of time spent together. So obviously, I think when the fight's going to come, I think Garcia really will know what to tell him what to do. So I'm very confident in that.
Yeah, so I'm really hoping that there's a saying that Coach Tunde Ajayi says, says AJ needs to bring out the roadman science. I don't know if you've heard that. So he's saying stop all this, Lennox Lewis style jabbing and trying to get all cute, trying to box with Usyk. You just got to use roadman science and get in there. And from what it sounds like, maybe AJ's listened to what he said, because what you said when you spoke to him, he said you got to train like a fighter. Like, it's all good doing the the S&C and the nice star jumps and pipe jumps and sit-ups and stuff, but you've got to get in there and learn how to explode on a man and recover and then explode on him again. Yeah. So that sounds like roadman science. He's working on roadman science.
Yeah, you need to go, listen, Lennox Lewis, yes, he did play around, but there was time when he ranked the roadman, if you're looking against Shannon Briggs, like, he just went in, I think the fourth round said, you know what, I'm just going to take this guy out. You know, you have to know.
No, because that was a Rockers.
Yeah, that was a Rockers.
Shannon Briggs come for him.
Yeah, that wasn't a box. That was literally Lennox Lewis took him out. And even if you look at like
when he fought Michael Grant as well.
Michael Grant, who was like 6'7", 6'8", and he took him out one time. And even when he fought Klitschko, Vitaly Klitschko.
And Andrew Golota.
Yeah, he just fought. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, Andrew Golota. So you have to know when to box. You have to know when to fight. So AJ's got all of that. He can box, he can fight, he can counter, he can move, so he can do all of these things. But you have to know when, because sometimes you have to be, you got to leave the authentic side of things, and go in there and fight. You know, you have to, like, just like I said, like Tunde said, you just got to be rolled, man. Like, you got to take Usyk to Tottenham, to Harlesden,
you got
to Neasden, to Edmonton. Yeah. Take him to the mean streets of North London.
Northwest,
all them Northwest, them dodgy streets, and take him there, like.
Harlesden, Stonebridge.
All them places. You need to have
St.
a visit.
Raph's.
Yeah, man.
Mozart.
Well, all them places.
Where
come
we
on,
come from? No,
come on, come on.
Take up with him, it's Jess.
That's it. Can take it to Seven Sisters, man. You know, let him tour the place. Let him see, like, this is
Broadwater Farm.
Come on. You know, Usyk hasn't seen them places there, so it'd be good for Usyk to see those places. So take him North London. That's what I would say to AJ. Like, take him there and let him visit. So that's what he needs to do, basically.
Yeah, he's got to bring that North Starness to it.
Yeah, got to take a role, man. Let's take it to him. Like, at the end of the day, like, you know, you are a better fighter than him. Do you know what I mean? You're bigger, you're stronger. You know, when it comes down to it, because when I look at the first fight, when AJ did hurt him, you could see that Usyk was like, whoa. Usyk's body language said a lot. You know, he didn't want a part of it when he got hit one or two times by AJ. So if AJ
follows up
with that,
and he's a better combination puncher than Usyk. When you're talking about actually reeling them off.
Thank you.
AJ, you can't mess with him on the
He's got extreme combination. And the only thing is that Usyk is a cruiserweight, so you have to understand. Usyk's style is like a cruiserweight fight. So cruiserweights let the hands go a bit more.
And they're more elusive.
As in heavyweights, you throw 4 combinations because you're heavy, you will take your time. So he's still fighting like a Usyk. If you look at any fighters that are below, they tend to throw punches more. That's why Holyfield was so good, because he was fighting at a lighter weight, and he's got muscle memory to fight like that, to throw like 6 combinations, and then he bring it to heavyweights. So that's all that Usyk's done, is just that he lets his punches go a bit more. But when it comes to combination, AJ's a much better combination. Yeah. It comes to combination.
So also, what's your thoughts on, you must have seen the pictures of Usyk lately. He looks like he's been pumping. So what do you think his idea of game plan is, and do you think that's going to be beneficial to him to be pumping up, or do you think it's going to hinder him?
It's a good question. I think it could help him, or it could be an advantage, it could be a disadvantage. You know, I personally think he's bulked up to be able to take the punches more, maybe, because I think he's expecting a hard fight.
And his neck looks bigger.
I think he's thinking, you know what, like, I know that AJ's got to come in strong, he's got to come in more aggressive, so let my body get ready for it. You know, let me be able to withstand the punches or whatever. I think that's probably the reason he's thinking, or maybe he's thinking, you know what, let me put away and try to knock him out. Maybe, you know, extra weight, you know, more power in the punches. Who knows, you know? When you're a heavyweight, you can come in any size you want.
Yeah, there's no weight.
There's none. Yeah,
because I see him on the punch bag. He looks like he is trying to go for some kind of knockout stoppage going by Usyk. I saw him. It was like, he was in the dark in the bag. He looked like he was putting some power shots together. So yeah, it looks like he's coming in. He's done the bulking up for a reason. So we just have to wait and see what it is. But yeah, I think you might be on the money there.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. But like I said, I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah. So ultimately, you know, I obviously know you're predicting AJ to win, but what method do you think that it's going to come by? Do you think it's going to be a point victory, or
Uh,
inside the distance?
to be honest with you, from what I've seen, AJ train and his mindset, he's got like killer mindset. Like he's not trying to win by points. You see, when he fought Andy Ruiz, his thing was just let me just outbox him, make it an easy fight because really and truly, with the Ruiz fight, he made it difficult on himself because he actually really wanted to, it was his debut in America. He really wanted to show the Americans that he's heavyweight champion, and he took a risk. He knocked Ruiz down and got into a scrap and then got caught and he recovered.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of it annoyed him because he knows that really and truly, I didn't have to go through that. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to. If you look at the second fight, I don't even think Ruiz hardly touched him. It was an easy, light work. Like he won every single round, and he could have done it in the first place.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's why with Andy Ruiz was more of a different mindset. Because I can beat Ruiz. That's not a problem, and I'm gonna beat him the way I'm gonna beat him. But I think with this fight, he's really, really looking for a knockout. He's not. It's not gonna go distance.
Yeah.
I predict personally sometimes something in the fifth round or something, But I do see Usyk going down at some point. That's my prediction.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the penultimate round. Got a series of questions. You must have seen them before. It's just we get to them. Here we go. So let's go. Red corner or blue corner?
Who's the red corner? Who's the blue corner?
Don't know. What corner you prefer? In blue corner is normally the home fighter corner, to be fair.
And red corner is the
away fighter, the underdog type of guy.
Well, I go by the red corner.
Left hook or straight right?
Ooh. Straight right.
For gloves brands, Everlast or Fly?
Everlast.
Cleto Rays or Grants?
Grants.
Rival or Winning?
Winning.
For boots, Nike or Adidas for boxing boots?
Adidas.
Everlast or Lonsdale?
The boots or?
Yeah, for boots, yeah.
Lonsdale, I like the Lonsdale. I'm a Lonsdale guy.
For venues, York Hall or O2 Arena?
O2 Arena.
Wembley Arena or Copper Box?
Wembley Arena.
Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac, come on now. Come on.
Nas or Jay-Z?
Nas.
Ali or Tyson?
Ali.
Jack Johnson or Joe Louis?
Joe Louis.
For the Sugar Men now, Ray Robinson or Ray Leonard?
Ray Leonard.
For announcers, Jimmy Lennon Jr. or Michael Buffer?
Michael Buffer, that's the man.
For referees, Mills Lane or Steve Willis?
Mills Lane.
All right. So for super fights that everyone's looking forward to, Errol Spence or Crawford?
Crawford.
Arthur Beterbiev or Dmitry Bivol?
Dmitry Bivol.
Alan Babich or Oscar Rivas at Bridgerweight for WBC?
Oscar Rivas.
Triple G or Jamal Charlo?
Let's go with Triple G now.
Clarissa Shields or Savannah Marshall?
Ooh. I know, I was thinking about that the other day.
It's coming soon.
I think Savannah, just have a few. Savannah's just small.
A lot of people have been saying
Yeah.
That. All right. Devin Haney or Shakur Stevenson?
I go by Shakur Stevenson, you know.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
For cars, BMW or Mercedes?
Mercedes.
Audi or Lexus?
Audi.
Rolls Royce or Bentley?
Bentley.
For girls, dark skin or light skin?
Listen. You're just trying to put me in a mad situation here. I feel this is a trap out here, though. Listen. No comment. I like them both.
I hear that.
I don't want to say nothing that I'm going to regret later.
Cancels one out. Slimline or thick, curvy?
I like the thick and curvy.
All right.
Well, I don't hide that.
All right. I hear that. That's you like me.
Yeah, straight up.
For music, garage or house?
Garage. For garage.
R&B or slow jams?
Depends, you know. It all depends. Like, it depends. Let's say I like them both because it depends on the mood I'm in.
Yeah. Dancehall or Afrobeats?
See, this is a difficult one, you know. This is a difficult one. You know what? Like, it's a difficult one. Obviously, I grew up like with dancehall. You understand? And dancehall is everyone grew up with dancehall, and dancehall,
everyone wanted to be
dancehall.
Caribbean.
Yeah, everyone wanted to be Jamaican straight up. You know what I mean? And dancehall is even till now, even though Afrobeat is coming up now, and I think Afrobeats,
it's the new flavor.
It's the new flavor. It's kind of taken over, but you can't have a part of our dancehall. You can't. You can't.
Yeah.
And you can't have a part of our Afrobeats these days. So, you know, I'm not even going to choose, but
you have to choose one.
I have to choose one.
Yeah.
See, I'm going to look like a racist now. You know?
No, it's just tribal.
But you know what? Like, like I said, this precise time I'm speaking, it's Afrobeats for me at the moment.
Okay. Sorry. Rice and peas or jollof rice?
Whoo. Boy, these are tough questions, you know. I love them both, you know. I ain't gonna lie, you know, like jollof rice is the one at the moment for me. But I do like my rice and peas, so I like them both. But you know, I have to kind of lead towards a bit of my culture here. You know what I mean? But if I be honest with you, I like them both.
Yeah. Matchroom or Queensbury?
Matchroom.
Wasserman Promotion or Boxer?
Wiseman Promotion.
1 second. 1 second, guys.
Yes, second.
What is this girl doing?
This girl's spoiling the interview in that.
Excuse me.
These young girls now.
These young girls, man. Yeah. Sorry, lady. Sorry, fight fans. Well, rudely interrupted.
Yes.
By someone outside. Well, we got that regulated because remember, persistence beats resistance.
Exactly.
So yeah, Democratic of Congo or Republic of Congo?
Democratic.
The
big Congo. That's Zaire now. Come on.
There you go.
That's a small Congo. We can't. There's no comparison.
And Nigeria or Saudi Arabia?
Nigeria.
There you go. And that is the end of the penultimate round. So yeah, man, thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah.
It's good chopping it up for the preview and the review of AJ Usyk 2.
Yes.
But what you got planned coming up?
Obviously, like I said, there's just got to sort out getting there. So, like I said, there's 98% chance I'll be there, but I'm more likely to be there. I know it's going to be very hot out there, and I'm looking forward to, you know, obviously as a boxing fan. Number one, I'm a boxing fan, and I love boxing. So to go there to see the boxing, and like I said, my prediction is that once again he'll be champion. So he'll be a future 3 times heavyweight champion of the world on the 20th of August in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah.
Yeah, and what I'd like to hear his new speech when he does become 3-time, because he said last time, it was so nice I had to do it twice.
Oh yeah,
What's the saying?
yes. So if it's so he's got to come with something.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
think of
yeah,
something. We'll
yeah,
come with
yeah.
something. But yeah, like I said, he will be 3 times heavyweight champion of the world on the 20th of August.
Hmm. And where can people find you for any of the services to do with training, security, or
Yeah, people can follow me on my Instagram. It's Marvelous Official. And you can DM me if you need any training or any coaching, or if you just want training, just in terms of just fitness training, or if you want, you're a boxer, you're a young boxer, and you need that extra help. Feel free to DM me on Marvelous Official, or come down to Finchley ABC, and you'll find me there more times.
Yep, and also you can get some bodyguard services as well.
Yes,
So yeah,
yes. I do bodyguarding as well, as people know. I look after a lot of people, so if there's any services, anyone that wants to get proper VIP security, holla.
yeah, and that's it. There you go. So thank you. It's another episode of the Neutral Corner, presented to you by Fight Fan TV Live, and episode sponsored by Ragatonic. And do you know what? Shout out to the studio and the producers at 10 Lenses. The air conditioning is superb.
On point.
Outside, mad hot, but in here, nice and chilled, non-sweating. To look after us, man.
Yes,
So
yeah.
until next time, remember, it's Danny Glover, joined by Eddie. Remember, persistence beats resistance.
Straight
You know
up.
where it is.
Straight up. Let's go, champ.